I'm adding achievements to my Steam game Bite the Dust, and maybe you guys could help me out. But before I get into that, let's talk about some other stuff I've been working on this week, so let's just get into it, shall we? So in my previous video, I mentioned that I need to rework the player controller script. I knew that reworking this will take some time and the process will probably suck a lot, so naturally I pushed this to the side. Ignoring responsibility is what we do best around here. So the first actual thing I did was adding an event listener that triggers whenever an input device disconnects. This makes it so that if you're playing on a controller or some different gamepad and that device disconnects or the battery runs out, the game will automatically detect this and pause the game. Not really a super important feature, but a nice one to have. It might save some unlucky players, who knows. Next up, I worked some more on the level layout. I continued from where I left off last time, inside the yellow area of the game, and I expanded on it a bit. Once the player proceeds through and into the next area, they are met with a permanent strong wind that will always push the player with it. Here the player will need to be mindful and keep adjusting their step to keep them from blowing off the platforms. To create the illusion of wind blowing, I just added some particles to loop in the area. I might try add some custom particles for the wind, but the placeholder I have works for now. I decided to use the snow tiles I created like 3 months ago to use in this area because it is at a higher altitude than the previous sections. After the player makes it across the windy section, they make their way back into the building and enter the next section of the game. That's pretty much it as far as level design goes. I have started working on the next section, however I haven't really decided on what kind of challenges I want inside this area yet. Moving on, in my Steam Next Fest results video I said that I should consider translating the game into Korean and Japanese. The reason being that a surprising amount of the traffic into the Steam page came from Japan and Korea. So I went into Fiverr, paid up, and now I have translations that I can use for the game. Applying the translations is quite easy. For the Steam page, I just copy and paste each block of text to its corresponding place. And after I do this, I just hit publish on Steamworks, and now I have the Steam page in Korean and Japanese. Applying the translations to the actual game is even easier, since the game doesn't really have that much text in it at all. All the translations are kept inside of these text files that contain variables. Each variable is linked to some lines of text that I defined within each language's text file. The game then selects the language that the player's computer is using, and then uses the information from these variables to display the correct text in the correct language. I realize as I write this script that it might sound more complicated than it really is, so to put it as simple as possible, Japanese text goes here and game goes. Last but not least, as the title of this video stated, I started working on adding achievements into the game. For now, it's only creating the achievements within Steamworks and creating some artwork for the achievements. However, I need to implement Steam integration to my project. I need to do this so that the game can communicate with Steam so that players will get the achievements if they meet the requirements for unlocking them. But this is something I will figure out in a later video. A Steam achievement needs 2 pictures, one for not having the achievement unlocked and one for it having been unlocked. Because I'm lazy, I decided to just create one standard image for all the achievements when they are not unlocked. Now, so far I've only created 3 achievements and they are first of many. Players unlock this by falling into the punish tube for the first time. Bite the Dustant. This is unlocked by reaching the end and finishing the game. And True Gamer. This is unlocked by finishing the game without ever falling into the punish tube. Now, I do think I still need a few more achievements for the game, so maybe you guys can suggest something down in the comments and I might consider putting it into the game. So let me know if you guys have any ideas. Now, I don't have much left to show off, so thanks for watching.